I would probably find this funnier if this were merely a glorified version of Hawk Tuah Girl's meme coin pump and dump. But this is the president. This is the president's administration. And the timing on the 18th and 19th is atrocious. Like, how can the American public possibly be sure that Donald Trump wasn't promised money in exchange for unbanning TikTok? Promised money by ByteDance, promised money by China, promised money by Steve Yass, right? So obviously, bribery is strongly implicated. He can't do it while in office because then the Supreme Court comes down on it, because they wrote in their immunity decision that bribery is the thing that breaks the presumption of immunity. Even if he does argue that a pump and dump is official action, he still has to argue that this isn't bribery. And bribery is, again, strongly implicated. When Congress changes hands, or maybe even a state, someone would be trying to look at that information and juries would be able to see it because it's bribery. Now, the reason why he didn't do it last month is because not only is the pop bigger the closer you get to when you enter office, but the Biden administration would start a financial crimes investigation. You have to put the kibosh on that. It consumes several news cycles. At the very least, it's inconvenient. He chose the 17th, 18th, and 19th because of another Supreme Court case called Percoco. Because you might be wondering, surely there's a law that targets bribery right before someone enters office. Like, they would be looking for bribery at that time. Like, when they're choosing administrators, when they're choosing priorities, when they have a head of steam in political capital, they're vulnerable to bribes. Indeed, and the Supreme Court nerfed that law 6-3. In fact, they don't know what honest services fraud is. Neil Gorsuch went to the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia and literally claimed to the full audience that nobody knows what honest services fraud means. So yeah, 17th, 18th, and 19th specifically chosen for a purpose to get around some Supreme Court cases and take advantage of others. And I say this only somewhat self-servingly. If you follow my content, you'd understand these cases. I talked about Percoco. These cases work together. And so, yeah, follow me.